Many believe that changing life requires giant leaps, bursts of inspiration, or waiting for the perfect moment. They think success comes only from rare opportunities or special talent, but that is not true. Real change comes from small, steady systems that quietly shape your actions and build lasting results. I have learned that setting up systems to change your life is not about waiting to feel inspired, but about making daily habits that keep you moving. When you work with order, with patience, with steady effort, success grows naturally because systems guide you even on slow, hard days. 1. Know where you are going. Most people think they can simply start walking, and the right path will appear. But if you don't know the destination, you might end up far from where you hope to be. Knowing where you are going is like having a map in your hand. It gives direction and purpose to each step. When you are clear about the kind of life you want and what matters most to you, it becomes easier to decide what to do each day. You stop wasting time on things that do not bring you closer to your goal. Life without direction is like a ship without a compass, drifting wherever the wind takes it. You may find yourself in pleasant waters, but you might also crash into rocks you never saw coming. When storms arise, and they will, a ship with no direction has no way to navigate to safety, but the ship with a clear course can adjust its sails and stay on track, even when the weather grows rough. Having clear direction does not mean your path will be easy or straight. Mountains will block your way, rivers will need crossing, weather will change from sunshine to storm. But when you know where you are headed, these become challenges to overcome rather than reasons to give up. Each obstacle becomes a problem to solve, not a reason to turn back. Direction also helps you recognize opportunities when they come. A person who wants to become a doctor will notice when someone mentions a hospital that needs volunteers. Someone dreaming of writing books will pay attention when they hear about a writing group in their town. Without clear direction, these same opportunities might pass by unnoticed, like flowers beside a path you are walking too quickly to see. Many people fear choosing a direction because they worry about making the wrong choice. They think that picking one path means closing all other doors forever. But direction is not a prison. It is more like choosing which mountain to climb first. You can always see new peaks from the summit and decide where to go next. The key is to start climbing rather than standing forever at the base of the mountain, looking up at all the possible routes. Clear direction also brings peace of mind. When you know where you are going, you can say no to things that pull you away from your path without feeling guilty. You can focus your energy instead of spreading it thin across too many interests. Like sunlight focused through a magnifying glass, concentrated effort creates far more heat and light than scattered rays. Edwin C. Barnes, a man who decided he would one day work with Thomas Edison. He didn't know Edison, he had little money, but his goal was crystal clear. He held that vision, took a humble job to get in the door, and over time proved himself until he became Edison's business partner. Barnes's success came not from chance, but from knowing exactly where he was going and refusing to let go of that vision. Your direction does not have to be grand or famous. It might be raising happy children, building beautiful furniture with your hands, or helping sick animals recover their health. What matters is that it comes from your heart and pulls you forward with genuine excitement. When you find that direction, each day becomes an adventure rather than just another day to get through. Think of two friends. One wakes each day knowing they want to be a teacher who inspires children. Their study, their work, their choices, all move them in that direction. The other friend keeps changing paths, unsure of what they truly want. A year later, one is living their dream. The other is still searching. 2. Make good habits automatic. Many people believe success comes from working harder each day, but effort fades when you rely only on willpower. A better way is to turn good actions into habits so they happen without much thought. Choose a small action that leads you toward your goal and do it at the same time each day. If you wish to grow stronger, exercise at the same hour until it feels natural. If you wish to learn more, read for a short time before starting your day. Connect the habit to something you already do, like stretching right after you make your bed. I knew a man who wanted to write a story. At first, he wrote only when he felt inspired. Progress was slow. Then he decided to write a set number of words every morning. Day after day, he did this, and in time, his story was complete. Willpower is like a muscle that grows tired with use. In the morning, you feel strong and ready to make good choices. But as the day wears on, decisions become harder. You skip the walk you promised yourself. You choose quick food instead of cooking something healthy. You watch television instead of practicing your craft. This is why morning habits work so well. Your willpower is fresh and your mind is clear. The secret is to start smaller than you think necessary. If you want to run every day, begin by putting on your running shoes each morning. If you want to eat better, start by drinking 1 glass of water when you wake. These tiny actions feel too small to matter, but they build the foundation for bigger changes. A river carves the deepest canyon not through force, but through steady, patient flow over time. Your brain loves patterns and seeks to make repeated actions automatic. When you brush your teeth, you do not think about each movement of the brush. Your mind knows the routine and follows it without effort. The same can happen with any action you repeat often enough. Scientists have found it takes anywhere from 3 weeks to several months for a new habit to become automatic, depending on how complex the action is. The key is connecting your new habit to something that already exists in your daily routine. This is called habit stacking. If you already make coffee every morning, you can stack a new habit right after this familiar action. Maybe you read 1 page of a book while your coffee cools, or write 3 things you feel grateful for that day. The existing habit becomes an anchor that holds the new one in place. Many people try to change too many things at once and end up changing nothing at all. They decide to exercise daily, eat perfectly, learn a new skill, and organize their home all in the same week. Within days, they feel overwhelmed and quit everything. Choose one habit at a time and give it your full attention until it feels as natural as breathing. Track your progress in a simple way that you can see each day. Put a mark on your calendar when you complete your habit. The chain of marks becomes something you do not want to break. Missing 1 day is not failure, but missing 2 days in a row can be the start of giving up entirely. When you do miss a day, return to your habit the very next day without guilt or delay. Remember that habits compound like money in a savings account. Each day the action seems small and insignificant, but over months and years, the results become remarkable. The person who reads 10 pages daily will finish 50 books in a year. The person who walks for 20 minutes each morning will cover hundreds of miles by year's end. Small actions, repeated faithfully, create extraordinary outcomes that seem impossible at the start. 3. Shape your surroundings for success. People think they fail because they lack discipline, but often their surroundings hold them back. The place you live and the people you spend time with influence your actions more than you notice. If you wish to eat better, keep wholesome food within reach and avoid keeping tempting food nearby. If you want to read more, keep a book on the table instead of hiding it away. Even the people you spend time with can lift you higher or pull you down. I knew a woman who spent more than she earned. She began keeping company with friends who valued simple living, and she stopped visiting places that tempted her to spend. Without fighting herself each day, her spending naturally dropped. Her surroundings began to guide her toward better choice. Your environment acts like a silent teacher, constantly whispering suggestions about what to do next. Walk into a kitchen filled with fresh fruit on the counter, and you naturally reach for an apple. Enter the same kitchen with cookies sitting in plain view, and your hand moves toward the sweet treats instead. Neither choice required deep thought or strong willpower. The environment made the decision feel obvious and easy. This principle works for every area of life. A cluttered desk makes focused work nearly impossible, while a clean, organized workspace invites concentration. A home filled with books encourages reading, while one dominated by entertainment draws you toward leisure. The objects around you are not neutral. They either support your goals or work against them. Most people arrange their homes for comfort and convenience, not for the person they want to become. They keep exercise equipment hidden in closets but leave snacks visible on counters. They store books in distant rooms but keep distractions within arm's reach. Then they wonder why good intentions fade so quickly. The answer lies not in their character, but in their surrounding. The people in your life shape your behavior even more powerfully than objects do. Humans naturally mirror those around them. Spend time with complainers, and you find yourself complaining more. Surround yourself with people who work hard toward their dreams, and their energy becomes contagious. This happens without conscious effort. like catching an accent after living in a new place for several months. Choose your companions as carefully as a gardener chooses soil for precious seeds. Some people will water your growth with encouragement and wisdom. Others will drain your energy with constant negativity or tempt you away from your path with their own poor choices. This does not make them bad people, but it may make them wrong companions for your journey. Creating the right environment requires honest examination of your current surroundings. Look at your home, your workspace, and your social circles through new eyes. Ask yourself what behaviors each element encourages. Does your bedroom invite restful sleep or late-night distractions? Does your kitchen support healthy eating or mindless snacking? Do your friends inspire you to grow or encourage you to settle for less than your potential? Make changes gradually, starting with the easiest ones. Move the things that support your goals to places where you will see them often. Put obstacles between yourself and the things that pull you away from your path. If you want to save money, make it harder to spend by removing payment methods from easy reach. If you want to exercise more, lay out your workout clothes the night before. Remember that you have more control over your environment than you might think. Even small changes can create large shifts in behavior. A book placed beside your bed can transform evening habits. A water bottle on your desk can improve daily health. Good friends who share your values can change the entire direction of your life. Your surroundings should work for you, not against. When you align your environment with your goals, success becomes less about fighting yourself and more about following the natural path your surroundings create. 4. Prepare to recover quickly. Most people think being strong means never falling. In truth, strength is shown by how quickly you rise after falling. Life will test you, plans will fail, losses will come. Some stay down for months, while others stand up again in days. The difference is that the second group is ready. Think ahead. What will you do when trouble comes? Perhaps you take a long walk to clear your mind, speak with someone you trust, or spend time on a small task that gives you confidence again. I knew a man whose small shop lost its biggest customer. In the past, he would have given up for weeks. This time, he allowed himself one day to rest, then followed a plan. Check the shop's accounts, speak to other customers, search for new ones. Within 2 weeks, he had replaced the lost business. Every person faces storms in life. The question is not whether difficulties will come, but how prepared you are when they arrive. Those who recover quickly understand that setbacks are temporary visitors, not permanent residents. They hurt for a moment, then they act. Those who struggle longest treat every problem as proof that they are doomed to fail. The secret lies in having a recovery plan before you need it. Just as a ship carries lifeboats before the storm hits, wise people prepare their minds for difficult times while life is calm. They know which actions help them think clearly again. They identify which people offer comfort without feeding their despair. They choose activities that rebuild their confidence when it has been shaken. Recovery often begins with accepting the reality of what has happened. Many people waste precious energy fighting facts they cannot change. The business deal fell through. The relationship ended. The injury happened. These are realities, not possibilities to debate. Acceptance does not mean happiness about the situation. It means stopping the fight against what already exists and turning your energy toward what comes next. Allow yourself to feel the disappointment, but set boundaries around it. Give grief its due time, but not unlimited time. One wise approach is to choose a specific period for processing the loss. Perhaps one day to feel sorry for yourself, or 1 week to mourn what might have been. When that time ends, shift your focus to moving forward. This prevents temporary setbacks from becoming permanent dwelling places. Small actions often provide the best medicine for discouragement. When major plans crumble, the mind can feel overwhelmed by the size of the problem. Break recovery into tiny steps that feel manageable. Clean your workspace. Call one person who might offer help or perspective. Complete one small task successfully. These actions may seem too minor to matter, but they restart the engine of progress and rebuild confidence in your ability to handle challenges. Seek wisdom from those who have faced similar troubles and emerged stronger. Every setback you experience has been survived by countless others before you. Their stories remind you that recovery is possible and show you paths you might not see on your own. But choose your advisors carefully. Avoid those who want to keep you trapped in sorrow or anger. Seek those who acknowledge your pain but point toward hope. Remember that setbacks often redirect you toward better opportunities than you originally planned. The job you lost may lead to work you love more. The relationship that ended may clear space for deeper connection with someone else. The business that failed may teach you lessons that make your next venture succeed brilliantly. Most importantly, each time you rise after falling, you become stronger and more capable. Like a tree that grows deeper roots after surviving storms, you develop inner resources that serve you for the rest of your life. The person who has never fallen may seem fortunate, but they lack the tested strength that comes only from learning to stand up again. 5. Build trust in yourself. Many people think belief in oneself is something you are born with. In truth, it grows each time you prove to yourself that you can handle life. Trust in yourself gives you the courage to take steps even when you are unsure of the result. You can build it by noticing every success, no matter how small. Write them down or keep them in mind. Let them remind you of your strength. I knew a young woman who wished to share her ideas with others but felt unready. She began with small steps, speaking up in a small group, then preparing short talks for friends. Each success, no matter how small, added to her courage. After a few months, she no longer doubted she could do it. Her belief did not appear overnight. It grew from steady proof that she could succeed. Self-belief is not arrogance or blind confidence. It is a quiet knowing that you can figure things out, learn what you need to learn, and find a way through whatever challenges come your way. This knowing comes not from wishful thinking, but from evidence you gather about yourself over time. Each problem you solve, each fear you face, each goal you reach, adds another stone to the foundation of inner strength. Most people focus on their failures and forget their victories. They remember the one time they stumbled but overlook the 100 times they walked steadily forward. This habit weakens self-belief and creates a false story about their abilities. The remedy is simple but requires daily attention. Notice and celebrate every success, no matter how ordinary it seems. Did you wake up on time this morning? That is evidence of your reliability. Did you help a friend who needed support? That shows your kindness and strength. Did you finish a task you started? That proves your ability to follow through. These small victories may seem too common to matter, but they are the building blocks of unshakable confidence. Keep a record of your accomplishments, both large and small. Write them in a journal, or simply remember them clearly. When doubt creeps in, this collection becomes your proof that you are more capable than fear suggests. The mind that focuses on past successes finds it easier to believe in future possibilities. Start building self-belief with challenges that stretch you slightly without overwhelming you. If you fear speaking to strangers, begin by greeting one new person each day. If you doubt your ability to create something beautiful, start with simple projects that you can complete in an hour. Success breeds success, and each small victory makes the next challenge feel more manageable. Surround yourself with reminders of your strength. Keep letters from people you have helped. Display certificates from courses you completed. Save photos from adventures you thought you could not handle. These physical reminders serve as witnesses to your capabilities when your memory fails to recall them clearly. Pay attention to the voice in your head and challenge thoughts that undermine your confidence. When it says you cannot do something, ask for evidence. Often, you will find that the voice speaks from old fears, not current reality. Replace harsh inner criticism with the kind of encouragement you would offer a good friend facing the same challenge. Remember that everyone starts as a beginner. The expert craftsman once held tools with shaking hands. The confident speaker once stumbled over simple words. The successful business owner once feared making their first sale. What separated those who succeeded from those who gave up was not natural talent, but willingness to build belief through action. Self-belief grows strongest when it is tested and proven reliable. Each time you face uncertainty and move forward anyway, you teach yourself that courage is possible. Each time you fail and try again, you learn that setbacks are temporary. Each time you succeed after doubting yourself, you add another layer of trust in your own abilities. The person with deep self-belief does not expect to succeed at everything, but knows they can handle whatever results come. This quiet confidence becomes the foundation for a life lived fully, with courage to attempt what matters most. 6. Use time with care. People believe they need more hours in the day, but everyone has the same number. The difference lies in how those hours are used. Time is a gift that never comes back once it is gone. If you wish to change your life, you must learn to spend time on what matters most. Begin each day by deciding the few things that are most important and work on them before anything else. Avoid filling your hours with tasks that lead nowhere. I knew a farmer who always started his day repairing fences and tending the soil before doing anything less urgent. His fields stayed healthy, his animals safe, and his harvests strong. Others around him often wasted mornings on small chores, then rushed through important work. By using his time with care, he built steady success. Time moves like a river that flows in only one direction. You cannot save it in a jar for later use, nor can you buy more when you run short. Each morning brings the same 24 hours to every person on earth, from the richest king to the poorest beggar. Yet some people accomplish remarkable things while others seem to drift through days without progress. The secret lies not in having more time, but in choosing how to use it wisely. Most people fill their days with whatever demands attention most loudly. They answer every request, complete every small task, and respond to every interruption. By evening, they feel busy, but wonder what they actually achieved. Meanwhile, their true goals sit untouched, waiting for some day that never arrives. This pattern creates the illusion of productivity while leading nowhere meaningful. The wise approach is to identify what matters most and protect time for those activities like a guard protects treasure. Before each day begins, choose no more than 3 important tasks that will move you closer to your goals. Complete these while your energy is fresh and your mind is clear. Let everything else wait until the important work is finished. Learn to recognize the difference between urgent tasks and important ones. Urgent tasks demand immediate attention but often contribute little to your long-term success. A ringing telephone feels urgent, but the call may be trivial. A messy desk feels urgent, but organizing it may be less valuable than working on your craft. Important tasks may not scream for attention, but they build the foundation of the life you want to live. Guard your best hours carefully. Most people have times when their minds work most clearly and their energy runs highest. For some, this is early morning when the world is quiet. For others, it comes in afternoon or evening hours. Discover when you think and work most effectively, then use these precious hours for your most meaningful work. Save routine tasks for times when your energy runs lower. Many people waste time by switching between different types of work throughout the day. The mind needs time to adjust when moving from one kind of task to another. Instead, group similar activities together. Handle all your correspondence at once rather than throughout the day. Make all necessary telephone calls during one block of time. Complete all errands in a single trip rather than many small ones. Say no to requests that do not serve your goals or the people you care about most. Every yes to one thing is a no to something else. When you agree to attend every gathering, help with every project, and participate in every activity, you scatter your energy like seeds thrown on rocky ground. Better to choose fewer commitments and give them your full attention. Remember that rest is not wasted time, but necessary fuel for productive hours. A well-rested mind works faster and makes better decisions than one that is tired. Regular sleep, quiet moments for reflection, and time spent with people you love are investments that pay returns in every other area of your life. Time is the one resource that treats all people equally. How you choose to spend it determines whether your life becomes a masterpiece or a collection of unfinished sketches. 7. Keep learning every day. Many people think learning ends when school ends, but real growth comes from learning all through life. The more you know, the more choices you have, and the more useful you become to others. You can learn in many ways: reading, listening, asking questions, observing those who have gone before you. Even 10 minutes a day will add up over the years. I once knew an older man who read a few pages from a useful book every evening after supper. Over time, he became skilled in many areas, and people came to him for advice. His steady learning opened doors he never expected. You do not have to know everything at once, only commit to adding a little more knowledge each day. The world changes constantly, and those who stop learning find themselves left behind, like travelers who refuse to board the moving train. New discoveries reshape how we understand health, nature, and human behavior. Fresh ideas emerge about how to solve old problems. Skills that seemed permanent become outdated, while new ones rise to importance. The person who learned once and stopped may find their knowledge growing stale, like bread left too long on the shelf. But the person who never stops learning adapts like water flowing around rocks in a stream. They notice changes early and adjust their course accordingly. They recognize opportunities that others miss because they understand connections between different fields of knowledge. They become valuable to employers, friends, and family because they can offer insights and solutions that come only from broad understanding. Learning later in life differs from learning in youth, and in many ways it becomes richer. Young minds often learn to pass tests or please teachers, but mature learners choose knowledge that serves their goals and interests. They connect new information to years of experience, seeing patterns and meanings that would escape someone with less life behind them. They learn with purpose, focusing on what will help them serve others better or pursue their deepest interests. The methods of lifelong learning are simpler and more flexible than classroom education. Books become patient teachers available at any hour. Conversations with skilled craftsmen, successful business owners, or wise neighbors provide lessons no textbook can offer. Careful observation of nature, people, and situations teaches truths that emerge only through attention and reflection. Even mistakes become valuable teachers when approached with curiosity rather than shame. Start learning in whatever way feels most natural to you. Some people absorb knowledge best through reading, letting words paint pictures in their mind. Others learn by listening, whether to lectures, discussions, or the stories of experienced people. Many learn best by doing, trying new skills with their hands until understanding flows through practice. The method matters less than the commitment to keep growing. Choose subjects that spark genuine curiosity or serve practical purposes in your life. Perhaps you want to understand the plants in your garden, the history of your town, or the principles that guide successful relationships. Maybe you need skills for your work or wish to explore interests that time never allowed before. Follow your natural curiosity, and learning will feel less like work and more like adventure. Set aside regular time for learning, even if only brief moments each day. Knowledge builds like coins in a savings jar, seeming insignificant day by day, but growing substantial over time. The person who reads one page daily will finish several books each year. The person who learns one new word each week will expand their vocabulary by 50 words annually. Small, steady efforts compound into remarkable growth. Share what you learn with others. Teaching reinforces your own understanding and helps knowledge stick in your memory. More importantly, sharing knowledge creates connections with people and provides service to your community. The wisdom you gain through study becomes a gift you can offer to the world. Remember that every expert was once a beginner, and every master continues learning until their final day. Your age, background, or previous education do not limit your potential for growth. The only requirement is willingness to remain curious and humble before the vast store of knowledge waiting to be discovered. 8. Care for your money wisely. Most people believe making more money will solve their troubles, yet some who earn much still struggle. It is not only about what you earn, but how you keep and use it. Good habits with money are built from small, steady actions, spending less than you earn, setting aside savings, and avoiding waste. Each day, pay attention to where your coins go. I knew a young man who always seemed short of money. One day, he began writing down every purchase. Within a month, he saw where much of his earnings were disappearing. He made changes, spent less, and saved a little each week. A year later, he had enough to start a small business. His future changed because he learned to care for his money. Money flows like water through most people's hands. It comes in with wages and flows out through countless small holes they never noticed. They wonder why they feel poor despite earning decent wages, never realizing that wealth depends more on what you keep than what you make. A person who earns little but saves steadily often ends up richer than someone who earns much but spends everything. The foundation of financial wisdom is simple: spend less than you earn. This sounds obvious, yet many people live as if tomorrow will never come. They buy what they want today and worry about payment later. They believe their income will always grow, that emergencies will never happen, that they will always be young and able to work. Life teaches different lessons to those who ignore this basic truth. Begin by understanding exactly where your money goes each month. Most people guess at their spending and guess wrongly. They remember the large purchases but forget the daily small ones that add up to substantial sums. The morning coffee, the afternoon snack, the small convenience items scattered through the week often total more than they imagine. Write down every expense for 1 month, no matter how tiny. The truth will surprise you. Once you see your spending clearly, look for places to cut without harming your life's quality. Perhaps you eat out more than necessary when cooking at home costs less and often tastes better. Maybe you buy things on impulse that you never use. Often we spend money on habits rather than genuine needs or wants. Challenge each expense. Does this add real value to my life, or am I spending from routine? Save something from every bit of money that comes to you, even if the amount seems too small to matter. The person who saves 1 coin from every 10 will accumulate wealth over time. The person who waits until they can save large amounts often saves nothing at all. Like drops of water filling a bucket, small savings grow into substantial sums through the magic of time and consistency. Build savings before you need them, not after trouble arrives. Money set aside acts like a fortress wall between you and life's unexpected storms. Without savings, every crisis becomes a catastrophe. A broken tool, a needed repair, or a period without work can destroy years of progress. But the person with money saved can handle these challenges without panic or debt. Avoid borrowing money except for things that help you earn more or provide essential shelter. Debt is like a chain that grows heavier each month through interest. Every borrowed coin must be repaid with additional coins attached. The habit of buying with borrowed money traps many people in endless cycles where they work not for themselves, but to pay for things they bought long ago. Learn to tell the difference between needs and wants. Needs keep you healthy, safe, and able to work. Food, shelter, basic clothing, and tools for your trade. Wants are everything else, no matter how pleasant or desirable. Meet your needs first, save second, and spend on wants only with what remains. This order prevents money, troubles, and builds wealth steadily. Remember that managing money well is not about living poorly, but about living wisely. The goal is not to hoard every coin, but to use money as a tool that serves your deeper purposes. Money handled well provides security, freedom, and the ability to help others. These gifts are worth more than any temporary pleasure that wasteful spending might bring. 9. Grow as a person. Many people measure growth only by what they achieve, but true growth is about who you become. Each day is a chance to be wiser, kinder, more disciplined, and more skilled than you were yesterday. This means noticing your own thoughts and actions, keeping what helps you and changing what does not. You can grow by setting small challenges, like speaking more kindly to others, finishing a task you have avoided, or learning a skill that scares you. I knew a woman who wished to be more confident. She began by standing tall when she spoke, then by sharing her opinion in small groups. Step by step, she became the person she wanted to be. Growth is not a leap, it is a steady climb. Personal growth happens in the quiet moments when no one is watching. It lives in the choice to tell the truth when a lie would be easier, to help someone when you would rather rest, or to keep working when excitement has faded. These daily decisions shape your character like water shapes, stones slowly, steadily, and permanently. Most people focus on changing their circumstances while ignoring the need to change themselves. They want better relationships but never examine how they treat others. They desire more success but resist developing the discipline that success requires. They wish for happiness but continue habits that create misery. True change starts from within and works its way outward into the world. Growth requires honest self-examination, which can be uncomfortable but is always valuable. Look at your patterns of thinking and behaving as if you were studying a stranger. What thoughts fill your mind each day? How do you respond when things go wrong? What do you do when no one expects anything from you? These observations reveal who you truly are beneath the image you present to others. Identify the qualities you most admire in people you respect. Perhaps they show courage in difficult situations, patience with trying people, or dedication to their craft. These admired qualities become your targets for growth. You cannot become someone you cannot clearly picture, so create a vivid image of the person you want to become. Start growing through small, specific actions rather than grand resolutions. If you want to become more generous, begin by giving one sincere compliment each day. If you seek greater discipline, start by making your bed every morning without exception. If you desire more courage, speak up once daily when you would normally stay quiet. Small actions repeated consistently create lasting change in your character. Pay attention to the voice in your head and gradually train it to serve your growth. Many people carry inner critics that discourage every attempt at improvement. Challenge negative thoughts by asking if they are true and helpful. Replace harsh self-judgment with the kind of encouragement you would offer a good friend facing the same struggles. Seek out experiences that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. Comfort feels safe but teaches little. Growth happens in the space between what you can do easily and what seems impossible. Take on projects that require you to develop new skills. Have conversations with people whose views differ from yours. Try activities that make you nervous. Each challenge successfully met expands your sense of what you can handle. Learn from your mistakes without letting them define you. Every person who has grown substantially has failed many times along the way. Failure becomes valuable when it teaches you something about yourself or the world. The person who never fails is either attempting too little or lying about their results. Surround yourself with people who inspire growth rather than those who encourage settling for less. Growth-minded people celebrate your progress, challenge your thinking, and model the qualities you want to develop. They understand that becoming better is a lifelong journey, not a destination to reach and abandon. Remember that personal growth is not about perfection, but about progress. You will have days when you fall back into old patterns or fail to live up to your own standards. This is normal and expected. What matters is returning to the path of growth without harsh self-judgment. Each day offers a fresh chance to become a slightly better version of yourself than you were the day before. 10. Live with purpose. Many people move through life without asking why they are doing what they do. Purpose gives meaning to your work and strength to your steps, especially in hard times. You may not discover your purpose in a single day, but you can draw closer to it by asking what truly matters to you and how you can serve others. Each day, take one action that aligns with your values. I knew a man who had wealth and comfort but felt empty. He began helping at a shelter in his town, speaking with those in need and offering his skills. Over time, he felt a deep sense of meaning that no amount of riches had given him. When you live with purpose, your life gains direction, and even the smallest tasks feel worth doing. Purpose is like a compass that points you toward what matters most. Without it, you might work hard and achieve success by common measures, yet feel hollow inside. You might accumulate possessions, earn praise, and check every box society expects, but still wonder why your accomplishments bring so little satisfaction. This emptiness comes not from failing at life, but from succeeding at things that do not truly matter to you. Living with purpose does not require grand gestures or world-changing achievements. Purpose can be as simple as raising children with love and wisdom, creating beauty with your hands, or helping neighbors solve their problem. What makes an activity purposeful is not its size or recognition, but how deeply it connects to your values and serves something greater than your own immediate wants. To discover your purpose, pay attention to what naturally draws your interest and energy. Notice the activities that make time seem to disappear, the problems you find yourself thinking about even when you do not have to, and the moments when you feel most alive and useful. These clues point toward work and service that will bring lasting satisfaction. Ask yourself what kind of difference you want to make in the world around you. Perhaps you want to help people solve practical problems, create things that bring joy, share knowledge that improves lives, or simply treat everyone you meet with unusual kindness.